beginning, when the world was created and everything was fresh and beautiful, God decided to create a human to inhabit the earth and enjoy its blessings. With his own hands, he fashioned Adam from the dust of the ground and breathed life into him. Then, from one of Adam's ribs, he created Eve to be his companion and friend. Adam and Eve were the first humans on earth, and God placed them in a beautiful and bountiful garden called the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was a truly remarkable place. Tall and lush trees, fruits with unmatched flavors, rivers of crystal clear and cool water, and animals that lived in harmony with each other filled the garden. There was nothing lacking, and whatever Adam and Eve desired was at their fingertips. They walked among the trees of the garden every day, picking fruits and enjoying the beauty around them. God told Adam and Eve that they could use anything in the garden except for one thing. In the middle of the garden stood a very large and beautiful tree. The fruits of this tree were different from any other fruit, and a special light radiated from them. God commanded Adam and Eve that they must not eat from this tree. This tree was called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and God warned them that if they ate from its fruit, their days would darken, and they would no longer be able to remain in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve respected God's command and avoided the fruits of that tree. But one day, as Eve walked through the garden, a cunning serpent approached her. This serpent, sly and deceitful, led Eve toward the forbidden tree. With a soft and tempting voice, the serpent said to Eve, "Did God really tell you not to eat from this tree? Because if you eat this fruit, you will become like God and will have the knowledge of good and evil." Eve, amazed by the serpent's words, drew near to the tree. She saw the fruits and was tempted to taste them. Eve thought to herself that perhaps God didn't want them to be like him. Finally, she couldn't resist the temptation and picked a fruit from the tree. When she tasted it, she experienced a new and unknown flavor. Then she went to Adam and gave him some of the fruit as well. Adam, seeing that Eve had eaten the fruit, was worried. But when Eve told him about the pleasure of the fruit, Adam too was tempted and ate the fruit. Suddenly, after eating the fruit, they realized things they hadn't known before. They felt that they were no longer as innocent and pure as they had been. Adam and Eve understood that they could no longer stay in the Garden of Eden. At that very moment, a voice from God, calm but sorrowful, called out to Adam and Eve and asked them, "Why did you eat from the forbidden fruit? Did I not tell you to stay away from it?" Adam and Eve, full of regret for their actions, lowered their heads and said, "Oh God, we were deceived and disobeyed your command." God, who knew everything and understood that this was humanity's first sin, knew that he had to show them that every sin has consequences. God told Adam and Eve that from that moment on, they must leave the Garden of Eden and go to the earth. On earth, they would have to work hard, toil, and make use of its blessings, but they would no longer have the easy and carefree life they had in the Garden of Eden. Hand in hand, Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden. They came to earth and built their lives with effort and perseverance. They learned to help each other, raise their children, and make use of nature. Although life on earth was hard, they never lost hope. Adam and Eve knew that God was always with them, and although they had left the Garden of Eden, they could still live a good life on earth by following God's commands.